Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5, and today we are going to be taking a look at one of my personal favorite modern cars of all time that has finally made its way into the game, and that is this right here, the 08 Dodge Magnum SRT-8, and you better believe we are going to be doing a full build on it and going all the way through the customization. So I have never touched this car before, so this is going to be my very first reactions to every single part of building this car, so I am really excited to dive right into it. And yes, I want to view this thing in the auto show. Bro, this thing looks awesome. So there's already, as I'm sure you can assume, there's going to be a bunch of different Hellcat oriented designs for this thing because obviously, you know, we want to do the Hellcat swap. But there's actually a lot more designs than I thought there were going to be, especially considering the fact that as I film this, it is literally the day of this car's release. So we're going to go in and see what kind of colors we have right off the bat. We've got red, we've got kind of a nice silver, we've got a dark blue, and we've got black. Let's go with the red. I think the red looks really good. Let's go ahead and pick the car up, and then now we're gonna head straight into the customization. Now, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys have been doing with your Magnums in Horizon 5, and I'm really curious to see what route everybody decides to go with this car, whether they go for like the drag car route or the drift car route or just, you know, something that they use as a really cool cruiser. Whatever the case may be, these are absolutely incredible cars. So what did I press? I pressed photo mode. Why did I do that? We're not here to do that. We're here to actually hit the, okay, there we go. Explode. So actually, oh dude, 6.1 liter Hemi under the hood, that actually is modeled super well. Not that I'm surprised that it's modeled well, but still. Yep, the interior is very Gen 1 Charger, which, I mean, honestly makes complete sense. Got a massive amount of space in the back with the hatch. Looks incredible. And now, let's go ahead and dive straight into the shop. So, upgrades and tuning wise. Well, wait, before we do that, let's see what it sounds like stock. I really want to see what this thing sounds like stock. I'm sure it's not going to be all that crazy, but let's see. Oh, apparently it wanted to change seasons on us. All right, let's see what this thing sounds like in completely stock form. Ooh, it sounds amazing on the interior. That's gotta be one of the best interior sounds I've heard in a long time. Let's see what it sounds like on a launch. It chirps the tires going into second. Dude, this thing actually sounds really good. All right, so now that we know how good it sounds stock, let's get it back into the shop, because holy crap, that is... that sounds amazing. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. All right, straight into the shop it goes. Now, custom upgrades wise, we're gonna, do we want to build out the stock engine or do we want to go straight for the Hellcat swap? Well, let's see what kind of swaps we have. We've got the 6.1 liter Hemi. We've also got the 6.7. Oh my god, you could do a diesel one? Oh god, you could okay, you could go diesel, you could go Viper, you could go Hellcat, or you could go V12. Now, I feel like the V12, while it's going to make a lot of power, is probably going to be the most boring option of the four swaps. I think the weirdest one is the diesel. The most oddball one that's also cool is the Viper swap, and the one that's like the obvious one that I think everybody's going to do is the Hellcat swap because it's a Hellcat swap. So, oh man, I am so torn. Do I do the Hellcat swap or do I do the diesel swap? I am so torn because, like, I want to do the Hellcat swap because it sounds really cool, but I also want to do, you know what? We'll do a separate build for the diesel. I'm going to go ahead and do the Hellcat swap right now just to see what that's all about, and we're definitely going to leave it rear-wheel drive because we're going to turn this thing into a drift car. So, race intake is going in, full race fuel system, ignition system, all of this stuff going straight to race right off the bat. Let's see, hold on. Stock exhaust sounds like what? Versus race exhaust. Yeah, the race exhaust definitely takes the cake on that one. Race cams and valve train. We're doing the race valves, race headwork. And let's see, displacement is going up basically as far as we could possibly go. Race supercharger is also going all the way up through the roof. Oil and cooling is going through the roof. flywheel all the way up. What are we looking at, by the way, in terms of power output right now? 1,050 horsepower and 903 foot-pounds of torque. And we haven't even touched anything else yet, which is gnarly. All right, race big brake kit. And then drift suspension setup. Oh, that looks so good. That looks amazing. Race sway bars, just so we can get all of the adjustment that we need. And then, do we want to do the cage? No, because that'll get rid of all of our, like, wagon practicality. But I am going to do the race weight reduction, bringing it down to 3,364, which, I mean, to have this thing coming in at right under 3,400 pounds, being as big as it is, that's pretty, like, respectable. Now, let's see. Do we have the 4-speed drift transmission? We do. We do have that as an option, but I think I want this car to be somewhat multi-purpose, so I'm going to do the 8-speed so we can get a little bit of, like, high-end top speed out of it, too. Then we'll do the drift differential setup. And then wheels and tires wise, first thing I gotta handle is that offset. Because that offset, like, from the start, looked kind of bad. It didn't look kind of bad. It looked really bad, okay? It looked really, really, really bad. Now, instead of doing the drift tires, I find that with these high horsepower rear-wheel drive drift cars, they function better with the, I go back and forth. With the slick race or the semi-slicks, I think I might start off with the, I'm so back and forth. I think I might start off with the semi-slicks, and we'll go from there. So now we're going to go for, let's see, we're going to go for the tire width, 275s up front, and then a nice, like, do we want to go with a 295 in the back, or do we want to go with a 315? I think I'll start with a 290, well, I'll start with a 315, and if it's too much, we'll dial it down. Now, what are the wheels, let's see, what are the wheels diameter-wise right now? 20s? Oh, God. All right, yeah, no need to go any bigger than that. I mean, they're on 20s right now, so stick with that. Now, wheel style, I mean, this is a very subjective thing. So, and no matter what wheels you choose, there's always going to be some people that are going to like the style and some people that are not going to like the style. Now, I do like these Titan 7 TR10s. I also like the TS5s, but I want to go a little bit different on this car. We could do TE37s, but I still want to go a little bit more different than that. I like these work in motion T5Rs a lot. I think that adds just a little bit of, like, you know, a little bit of flair to a really good-looking car already. And I know that these are kind of a JDM wheel, but I think they still give it that muscular look that really makes it what it is. So I'm going to run with those. I think those actually look amazing. That setup looks super tough. Like, that looks awesome. We can do the Forza Aero, but we're not going to go for that on this car. Obviously, with it being a drift car, that's not the purpose of it. And then now, I think we're ready to take this thing for a rip. I think we're definitely ready to take this thing out of the garage and see what it can do, especially pre-tune. Like, this thing is not even tuned yet. So, considering the fact that it's not even tuned yet, I really want to see what it'll do. All right, let's back you up. Oh, okay, there's some pavement. I'm going to need that. Okay, very little traction right off the bat, but that makes sense. Okay, it gets traction in 6th, but still struggles for it. Oh my, okay. Dude. Why is there a random scout sitting in the middle of the road? I guess he hit them. All right. Wow, this thing is a absolute shred machine. Oh my God. Okay, with a little bit of tuning work, this thing will be ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous with a little bit of tuning work. Wow. That's wild. That is absolutely gnarly. Okay, let me do just a tiny bit of tuning with it. We're going to go into the tune, and then we're going to bump up the rear... Well, actually, I'm going to bump it down a little bit. And then, well, no, because I'm going to bump it up, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to need a little bit more... a little bit more of that slip on the higher speed stuff. I'm going to lower the front pressures just a bit. And then I think, I mean, it's what, like 181 right now, ballparking on the top speed. Okay, so I want the lower gears to be a hair more usable. So let me mess with the final drive. We'll make the final drive just a little bit longer. That's going to be about 200 miles an hour. Okay, we can work with that. Now, we're going to do some kind of redonkulous levels of toe out, but I promise it will actually make a difference. And negative camber in the front is already at 5, but I'm going to bring the rear up a good bit too to negative 3.5. And then I'm going to soften the front sway. I'm also going to soften the rear sway. And then let's see. We're not going to mess with the brakes just yet. I'm going to fully lock the diff in terms of acceleration. And I'm going to bump it up to about 30-ish. I was going to go 35, but I think we'll do 30-ish for now on decel. Okay, so now I want to take this thing out to one of my favorite drift spots, the mountain. And we're going to go up, and then we're going to go back down. And I think that, this is going to be predominantly a downhill car, but I just want to see what it'll do going up the mountain. It is going to be an absolute monster of a drift wagon. It's so easy to place, too, because of the long wheelbase. And, like, you can literally just, look at that. I'm not even basically steering at all. You can just let go of the steering and feather the throttle, and if it's already, like, set where it wants to be in a corner, it'll just work its way right around it. It's fine. And then from the base of the mountain, I know this is a speed zone, not a drift zone, but you can use this area to warm up on the way up, and then just keep on carrying it on from there. It's obviously not going to be, in rear-wheel drive, it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, so you're not going to be topping leaderboards with it or anything like that, but boy, as a fun car to drive, top tier. Absolute top tier fun car. Come on. All right, the gearing is going to need a little bit more work, but that's okay. I'm always a little iffy about the entry speed on that corner, but I got it fairly right that time. There we go, easy. I wanted to carry more speed, but since this is my very first run up the mountain in this car, trying to be a touch more careful. That transition was probably unnecessary, and if I had a little bit more speed, I probably would have been able to just hold out that entire straightaway, which would have been a lot more lucrative in terms of points. But again, first run in the car, it's gonna need some tweaking, it's gonna need some messing with in terms of the tune, but not bad for a first run. I was kind of scared to go for 6th. I was scared I would bog it, but it didn't actually bog at all. Kicking the clutch. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It screams, though. Sixth gear is actually in a really good spot right now because you can just stay flat out with the throttle and, like, just position the car where you want it, and you can work on your throttle input rather than, you can just leave it in one gear and work on your throttle inputs rather than constantly be shifting. And I really like that, and I don't want to, I bogged it out there a little bit though. I really like that, and I don't want to screw it up, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm kind of scared to mess with 5th gear. Sorry, not 5th gear, 6th gear. What am I saying? I'm trying to actually keep it in the zone real quick. Got pretty close to that inside edge there too. Oh, no, nope, lost the angle. Let's try to not lose the angle going up the hill. Okay, come on. Feathering it. Set the car up where it needs to be. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Always got to keep your eyes where you're going because, fun fact, that is exactly where the car will go. The car will go exactly where you're looking. I don't think that transition was that unnecessary, but again, in an all-wheel drive car, you'd be able to hold out that entire straightaway, and I'm sure there are rear-wheel drive builds out there where you can as well, but this is like, literally, like I said before, my very first run in the car, so there's going to be a learning curve to it for sure. And I also haven't run this mountain in a little bit of a while. Should have gone into 6th earlier. Oh, it's easily going to be in the 800s. Is it going to be in the 900s? I don't know. It holds angles so easily. Definitely going to be in the 8s. Come on, touching the edge of the road, working my way back in. Oh, dude, it's going to be in the 9s on the uphill. Come on. Taking out the drift zone marker. All right, love it. Keep your speed now. Don't drop below like 55. The traction is good. Oh, dude, just hanging the edge. Oh, my God. Oh, that speed range was exactly where I wanted it to be, too. Gonna be over a mil on the uphill? Not bad. Over a mil on the uphill. First run, rear-wheel drive setup. I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. And you know what we gotta do now? We gotta flip it around and run it back down the hill. Yo, what a car, dude. What a car. I know the downhill run is not gonna be perfect, but it is going to be really fun. It actually did better on the uphill than I thought it was gonna do as well. Man, this thing is a burnout machine. Oh, as like a car that can cruise, look really good, and also rip on a drift run, I couldn't ask for better. I genuinely couldn't ask for better. All right, flick on the brakes. All right, big send. Oh, I lost the angle. Should have tapped the front brakes there. I really should have tapped the front brakes there. Missed out on a lot of points by not doing that. Every time I go around that sweeper, I get flashbacks to Fortune Island. I'm telling you. Big swing. Huge swing. I'm telling you, though, that long wheelbase really helps make those massive swings possible. A little bit outside the scoring area right there, but I'm trying to really maximize this thing's potential. Oh, dude. The S's going downhill are like this thing's absolute happy place. Oh, unnecessary transition. Dang it. Could have maximized my speed and run that straightaway all the way out. I really should have, though. Using the front brakes to try to place the car. I'm definitely going to have to whip it back this way. Going in. I definitely need to get a little bit more in touch with what the downhill rhythm for this car is, because I'm not exactly where I would like to be going down the hill. I felt a lot more natural with it going uphill, which is odd, like, because some cars you feel more natural with going down the hill, other cars you feel a lot more natural with going up the hill. This car, initially anyway, felt a lot more natural going up the hill. Can I run this out? Kind of. Oh, kind of. See, that's one of those spots where I just wish I had more 6th gear. I really wish I had so much more 6th gear. Oh, so wide. Taking out the sign, really trying to use all the track, or rather all the road. Didn't really maximize my scoring area there, but that's okay. We can fix that in this upcoming section. Oh, I really tried to maximize the usable area, and it bit me that time because I lost too much speed. Let's see if I can work it back. Come on. I had to clutch kick it back into 5th because 6th was very unhappy there. Crossed over 800. Hanging a tire over back there. Oh, that was close. You saw, like, y'all heard me get quiet right there. I was like, oh, that's not gonna be right. Dive in wide. Oh, I wanted to work my way wider than that, but that's okay. All right, 950. Can we outdo the uphill score? I think we can, as long as we don't make any major mistakes in these last couple corners. Oh, yeah. We could definitely outdo the uphill score, but not by much. It's a very similar score going down the hill. And I think that if my lines were better going down the hill, it could have been an even better score. But with that being said, bro, you guys have got to try this car. My next build with it is going to be the diesel build, and that thing is going to be, that's going to be a weird one, but I'm really excited about it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.